people who are evil or creepy, and typically they are adults. At what point do you meet a 14-year-old and go, this is an evil, creepy kid? It's Stacey Cole and Carol Hughes. We've got just a horrific story. I don't even know where to begin with this. It's just gross. It's horrible. And that's why we're talking about it, right?
It is horrible. It's really horrible.
It's horrible. So the headline is teenager sentenced to life, which is pretty shocking for a teen, for the horrific family murders that were deemed draped in unmitigated evil. This is a boy, a 14-year-old boy at the time, who basically murdered his 5 members of his family, including an infant and 2 young children. He has been sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The judge characterized the crime as draped in unmitigated evil. Now, the kid, who was 14 years old at the time of this incident, fatally shot each family member in the head at their home. The victims were John Wayne Sisk, age 38, his wife, Mary, 35, and their children, 6-year-old Grayson, 4-year-old Aurora, and 6-month-old Colson. Initially, the boy claimed that he was playing video games in the basement on September 2nd, 2019, when he claims he heard gunshots and saw a car in the driveway, or car driving away. However, he later confessed to the murders, providing detectives with a potential motive during a preliminary hearing. He is now 18 years old, and he's received his sentence after an Alabama jury found him guilty in April of multiple charges of capital murder for the 2019 slayings of those family members. Now, due to the age at the time of the crimes, he was spared the death penalty. 14 at the time.
And I'm glad they are not putting him to death. You know, I think at 14, your brains aren't really formed fully yet, and you'd make horrible decisions. But usually the horrible decisions don't involve murdering your entire family.
Right.
And that's what he did.
What's interesting here is the judge, Judge Chadwick Wise, deemed his offense as ghastly, disturbing, and draped in unmitigated evil, justifying the harshest punishment allowed by law. The man showed no clear reaction to the sentence. He didn't make a statement in court. And I say man because he's now 18 years old. The judge, following the judgment, Brian C.T. Jones, the district attorney for Limestone County, issued a written statement to the media expressing deep concern about the defendant, stating, quote, "I've prosecuted a lot of people in my career, and I can tell you that out of all of those people, only 4 out of 5 people scare the hell out of me, and he is at the top of my list." Where does this evil begin?
Do you think that some people are just psychopaths? You know, maybe it makes you wonder, like, had the parents been having issues with him for a long time? Is he one of those, or did something snap in his brain to make him do this? And it could have been something as easy as clean your room.
Right.
I don't know. You know, was there some kind of abuse going on? I don't know. But whatever it was, why, even if let's go, there was some kind of abuse. I don't know that there was. Does that justify killing your 3 siblings? That's what makes it seem so like a psychopath.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. And the grandmother was interviewed, I think, when this initially happened. And she said, I don't, what kind of problems does a 14-year-old have that they would do this, you know?
And like I said, I think there are some teenagers who have lived through horrific abuse.
Mm-hmm.
And I could see how somebody could snap. There doesn't appear to be any evidence of that. Not saying it didn't happen, but did he even have a defense on this?
It doesn't sound like it. And I'm reading from the New York Post. In court documents, they alleged that the teen previously laced his stepmother's coffee with peanut butter in an attempt to poison her because she had a severe peanut allergy. So he'd been, I mean, this almost reminds me of Family Guy, Stewie trying to kill his mother.
Oh my God.
So he'd been trying for a while to do something. you know, I understand maybe not liking your stepmom, but are you going to take out your entire family?
Makes you wonder, maybe he just didn't like her, obviously. And so he's going to kill her and then ended up just killing all of them to kind of, I don't know. I just don't get it.
I don't either. And somebody who is, 14 years old committing a crime, and not that we want to use them as, medical guinea pigs, but we need to find out what's going on in this kid's brain. How did you end up this way? How did you turn into a sociopath and psychotic killer, basically, at age 14?
And I just pulled up an article about it because it said the judge partially denied a motion by the prosecution to ban any mention of drugs in the trial. They filed a motion from discussing the issue of drugs at or being removed from the house, which is interesting. Maybe he was on drugs and did it.
Wow.
Mason Sisk's mother and one of the victims in the case told them that she had called the police and had drugs removed from the home prior to the killings. The prosecution's motion also sought to block testimony from another witness who said that Mason's father, who was also killed, had a number of drugs in his possession at one point. So That's weird.
Well, and I'm reading now, too, that during the trial, the jury was presented with evidence, including video footage that showed him admitting to the killings because he was, quote, fed up with all of the fighting.
I could see that in a way, like you just snap. When I was 14, my mother and I fought nonstop. And I could see, it gets to you after a while.
Oh, it does.
There's also not a excuse for it.
No.
And there was a mistrial declared at one point in this trial. And so, but they obviously got another one going, and wow.
Yeah, hopefully we never have to hear about this story again. It's just disgusting, but I would like personally to find out exactly what happened in his brain to turn him this way at age 14.
And don't you think we'll never know?
Nope, we will never know.
This is the Hidden Killers Podcast.
Want more? Start binging on all of our true crime podcasts right now through Apple Podcasts and get an ad-free experience when you sign up to be a True Crime Today Premium Plus member exclusively on Apple Podcasts.
More of the Hidden Killers Podcast, dropping soon.
Press subscribe now.